all parents want the same things for their children. Everybody wants their children to succeed. We are all in this together, and we all have the same struggles, and all of us have cell phones now and can get distracted, and all of us have got crazy busy lives. Beginning to understand what do quality parent-child or adult-child interactions look like is something that we all need to work on.
Ready4Routines is a workshop to help families improve their engagement with their children and also to improve their children's executive functioning skills. The idea was to teach parents the PEER mantra, which is pause, engage, encourage, reflect, and of course the silent E, which is extend.
We started to think about what would it look like to take some of the work that we were already doing in our programs and actually make that work more intentional around what the research is telling us about how you promote adult and child executive function.
Take a moment and close your eyes. Really feel what it is like to breathe.
I have 3 children, and some of the biggest challenges for me as a mom is sometimes I feel as though I don't spend enough time with my children, feeling like at the end of the day that I spent enough time with each one of my kids.
I was really going through a tough time with getting up on time and being on time, time management, and just getting my life together, like just pulling myself together because I just had a baby, and it could be depressing when you used to just having 2 kids and then you go from having 2 kids to having 3. It was just like overwhelming me. I was so tired. I felt like I need more skills on my parenting skills, and I was like, well, maybe if I do the program, you know, then it would probably better me and my kids' situation. I live right in the middle of the drug-infested area, and when I first moved in 2009, it was a crossfire between our building and the outside.
The thing that I find most challenging with my neighborhood is that everybody's not on the same path. Everybody's not looking for the better of the neighborhood and looking for the safety of the children. The neighborhood is not too safe.
What about you, Ms. Crystal?
I think for me, the peer card that worked good for me was the tantrum redirection.
Unlike some of the historical executive function interventions that are out there, which are kind of game-based, the idea was to actually see, could we help parents to build the kinds of interactions that we know now actually support the development of executive function into the things that they do every day.
Before I started the Ready4Routines workshop, I used to pick out my daughter, I used to pick out her clothes, and it was like what I picked out was set in stone. But as I started coming to the workshop, I noticed that I had to allow her some change because it wasn't working. Me and my daughter would always get into like some type of confrontation. So once I start allowing her to pick out her own clothes, my mornings went smoother.
Those are buttons.
Let me help you a little bit.
My one parent, Miss Crystal, I remember when I was recruiting her for the workshop. It's interesting because I didn't think she would come. Seeing like how she was from the beginning with not really engaging with the other parents or the families in our centers, and just seeing like that transformation. Now she's telling me how we can improve the classes, and she's bringing resources for me to hang up for the parents. I just see like just such a difference in her. It's almost like night and day.
Can you make my lunch? I'm hungry.
It's done.
I would say my kids got a better mom out of this. Calmer mom, I don't know, maybe more understanding, and they've gotten quality time. I used to think that, you know, when you have quality time with your child, it had to be like an hour or 2 hours. But from me taking this training, I learned that every minute counts. You know, even if it's 5 minutes, y'all color, and then you go on and do what it is that you need to do. I've learned that every minute counts when it comes to quality time with your child.